How's it going, folks? My name is Ruffbud and welcome back to another video. So today, it is a little bit cooler in the office, so the dressing gown's back, guys. I haven't worn the dressing gown in ages because it's been so warm, but, you know, I like to bring it out. I like wearing dressing gowns, but it's just the weather hasn't let me, so I thought I'd just wear it for a little bit because we're a little bit cooler today. So, taking it out for a spin, I had to dust it off a little bit. But folks, today we're having a look at a traditional Appalachian breakfast and how to make red-eye gravy, grits and country ham. So this is based off a suggestion from one of you guys, Caustic Chameleon, who said, now you have to check out red-eye gravy with biscuits and grits. And there's a video that states red gravy is cream gravy, but it's not. So we've got to look out for that. I don't know what video that is. Hopefully it's not this one. But this is by a channel called Celebrating Appalachia, and the link is in the description as per, if you want to check that out first. But folks, I'm excited for this. I now know what grits are. You guys have educated me as per it's polenta, but I'm excited about what this red-eye gravy is. Is it? I have no idea. I've never looked at anything like this before, so I am excited. Folks, let's get to it. Right, here we go. Celebrating Appalachia. Brace yourselves, for you're about to face the judgment of the fat man.
Today I'm going to show you how I make one of our favorite breakfasts.
First thing I gotta say, 10 out of 10 hair. Love it.
During the week, we usually don't eat a big breakfast. Matt leaves for work before I even get out of the bed.
Yep.
Then the girls and I, we eat different
Also, love that apron. That's a really pretty apron.
things. I usually eat cottage cheese and an apple and almonds. That's my usual weekday breakfast.
Cottage cheese, almonds, and an apple. Cottage cheese for breakfast. Honestly, the more I watch these videos, you guys are wild. Over in the States, you guys, I love it.
But on the weekends, we like to cook a big breakfast that we
Yes.
eat together, or whoever's here eats. Seems like as time goes on, of course, sometimes it's just me and Matt, and the girls are not here, or one of them's here, or one of them's not here, or
Yep.
Corey and Austin both are here. So whoever's here gets to eat the big breakfast on the weekends.
Could I be there to eat the big breakfast on the weekends, please? I would very much like that. Thank you very much.
Well, today, one of the ones that what I'm going to make is one of our favorites kind of things. And for
Okay.
me, it's one of the easiest to make because I'm going to make country ham, fried country ham, grits,
Nice.
eggs and biscuits, and red-eye gravy. Well, why is it one of the easiest? Because red-eye gravy, if you didn't know, is the easiest of gravies to make.
Is it? Well, I didn't know about this. Red-eye gravy is the easiest gravy. That's wild. I'm excited. I'm excited to find out what it is.
A lot of people, that's what it's called, red-eye gravy, but it's not really a gravy to me. It's more of a sauce.
Oh, okay.
Because it's so thin and it's so simple to make if you've never made it. It's all it is you fry your country ham, and then you pour some coffee in there and deglaze the pan.
Coffee. Thin gravy. What is going on? All gravy should be thick with all the C's. Why does this need to be thin? Why has it got coffee in? I must find out more. What is...
Pan, all those good little bits that come off of the ham, and then that's your gravy. So that's why it's easier for me, easier than making if I made sausage gravy or bacon gravy, where I have to make a roux and then do the milk and then let it thicken and all that. So I think of this as one of the easiest ones. Now when it comes to country ham, what is country ham if you don't know? So it's
Educate
pork.
me. Yes, this is what I need. Educate me. Give me all the good information. I need to learn.
It's of course, but it's cured with salt and sugar.
Okay.
And you can get it in my area, you can get it in several different places. Now in your area, I'm not sure. I would check at your local grocery store. I would just make sure that it comes from a farm if you can, that'd be the best place to get it, but someone local who cures it or somewhere in your region, and then kind of read on the ingredients and see what it is. See what is in it. So salt and sugar and ham, that's basically what it makes up.
Oh, so it's gravy made from ham. Interesting. I definitely don't think you can get it here locally, unless I've just completely ignored it every time I've walked down the gravy aisle. That's wild.
Now it is a salty ham. So if you've ever had it, maybe you've had it somewhere in a restaurant or at home or in your memory or whatever, from somewhere else when you were a child. So it is a salty ham. There's some people that
I've just realised I'm on the complete wrong camera here. Folks, we're switching it up. We are switching it up. I'm so I didn't even realise I was on the wrong setting. Folks, halfway through, big old switch up. Oh, whoops.
Don't like that saltiness, and they might soak it and try to get part of that out, but to us that's kind of the appeal. We like the saltiness of it, so we don't try to do that. But you can soak it. I've read of people where they soaked it maybe in milk overnight and then cooked it, and that got rid of took out some of the saltiness. But for me, I just go straight from the wrapper or whatever it come in to the pan. Straight
in. All the salt. That's what you need. Every single bit of salt in there. That's what we're saying.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Good.
I've got my pan heating over there, my cast iron pan.
Excellent.
I also, with grits, that's an interesting thing.
Yep.
So I was someone who grew up eating grits, not all the time. It's strange how people, a lot of times, of course, you associate grits with breakfast, and I've ate grits for breakfast a lot.
Yep, that is what I associate grits with, breakfast. And now biscuits are also breakfast, I believe.
But most often, if we had grits at home, if I was at Granny and Pap's when I was a girl, or at my Mama Marie's, she made me grits a lot. It was just a bowl of grits. That's just all we ate, was the bowl of grits. And we put butter, sugar, maybe honey or syrup in it.
A bit like porridge. Interesting.
But it's often, of course, grits are associated with breakfast, where you're having the meat and the eggs and the biscuits and all that together, and they're really good that way.
Okay.
The grits I'm using today, they come from the old mill, and that's in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. They were someone was kind enough to send me some. I actually got to go tour the mill one time, and that was just fascinating to see that.
Very nice.
It's a really, really old mill. Of course, now it's got the restaurant and all that. It's a wonderful place to visit if you've never been there. But I'm using...
I'll add it to my list of places that I need to go. Let's go.
The grits that someone sent me from the old mill, and they're yellow. So normally growing up, I would have eaten white grits made from white corn, that is, and then yellow grits are made from yellow corn. So that's just the two different things. And there's all kinds of videos and preferences when it comes to cooking grits that people do. For me, I just boil them in water. If it's the real grit, kind of like that, it takes longer than maybe the instant variety, if you're more familiar with that.
Yep.
So it takes longer, so I've already got...
I'm not familiar with any kind of grits at all. And I feel like I am learning a lot. I like how this person is breaking down where they've got the thing from. I like that they're like, better if it comes from a farm. Support your local farms, people, and your local shops and your small shops and just everything local. Support them.
Got them boiling away on the stove over there cooking, because they'll take longer than it takes me to cook the rest of what I'm going to make today. But if you've never had grits, or if you would like to get to know them again, maybe it's something you ate a long time ago, I would suggest you look for somewhere like the Old Mill, and they sell theirs online, so you could definitely buy them online from them.
I wonder if I can get them here in the UK. If anybody's ever bought grits in the UK and is watching this video, let me know where.
And I'm sure there's other places, but look at maybe in your local area or region, maybe there's a grist mill still operating that sells fresh ground grits. So now I'm going to go over here and stir up my biscuits.
Let's go.
Get my ham browning, and then the eggs, and then by then by the time the biscuits are done, the grits will be done, and then we'll be ready to eat.
Oh, let's look. How we doing? Wait, so this is the biscuits, right? That's what you said we were doing first.
So if you're wondering about my biscuits, I make whipping cream biscuits. So I'm just using self-rising flour.
Okay.
White Lily's my favorite to use, if you can find White Lily. And cream. And that's all I'm using.
Oh, okay. That really is simple. Cream, and self-raising flour.
So that's why I'm not putting any lard or shortening or butter or anything like that. I have a video about biscuits and chocolate gravy that you can check out.
Biscuits and chocolate gravy? Chocolate? What is going on? What are these gravy varieties? Right. People, let me know in the comments if you want me to watch that, because I want to watch that. That is something that I am very much looking forward to. Chocolate gravy. You people are crazy. I love it.
Find out more about the biscuits.
Let's go. Yes, flour it up. Let's go. Look at that speed.
When it comes to rolling out my biscuits, I don't really roll them out. I just use my hands.
Nice.
And, Appalachia and the South in general are famous for cat head biscuits, which means really big, thick biscuits.
Okay.
But I'm someone that I don't like my biscuits like that. I think they're too doughy on the inside, so I like the more smaller kind. But that
Diddy biscuits, interesting. It's so crazy how different, how the people do biscuits so differently. Like, in the comments, like, so many people have given me recipes, which I love, by the way. Thank you so much for sharing, and love the stories that come with them. Folks, reading your comments, honestly, is the highlight of my day. You know, so many people have been like, oh, my grandma used to make them this way. I was reading one earlier that was a bit like that. Or, yeah, my auntie used to do it like this and I absolutely loved them. You know, I love it. I love when reading comments like that. It's just so nice.
That's personal preference. I'm probably in the minority on that. So you have to make them according to your preference for sure.
Hey, I'll take any recipe. I'll try them all. Let's go.
And I found this dough to be, I've been making biscuits for 30 years now with this recipe probably.
30 years? You don't look a day over 25. Come on.
Well, at least 25. Maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself on the 30. But anyway, I found it to be very forgiving. It's a recipe that I've taught in cooking classes and with students who have never ever made biscuits. And so they've really worked the dough. And, you know, you'll often hear people say you can't work biscuit dough because it will get tough. Well, they've worked it and worked it and worked it because they're kind of like kids playing with, you know, Play-Doh for the first time, and they always turn out good. So it's a very, very forgiving dough.
Oh, okay, nice.
This is my
really simple as well. Literally 2 ingredients. I'm here for it.
last little biscuit. I call it the baby biscuit. I'm ready to put them in the oven.
Little Diddy biscuit.
So when it comes to frying country ham, a lot of people don't use any kind of oil or butter or anything like that in the pan. They just heat the pan and put it in there and let the country ham, the fat, kind of render out a little bit. Yep. I like to put a little something in there for when I cook it. So I've got butter, just butter in there browning. But I'm going to check on.
Oh, that was about to sizzle. That was about to go crazy. That looks like it's seasoned butter, though, to be fair. Like, I can see little bits on there. That's not just butter, is it, really?
My grits. When you're cooking grits, sometimes you might need to add a little bit extra water as they cook to make sure, I mean, in between when they get done, and you should follow, usually grits, especially ones you buy from a mill, like mine that come from the old mill, they will have directions on them. So
excellent. I love that. Whenever I'm cooking, if there's directions there, beautiful. So much easier. I'm really bad for judging timings, and I'm really bad for just like trying to figure out when things are done. I have no sense of it. I used to be a lot better, but then I stopped cooking for a little bit because I moved back in with my folks, and now I'm out again. I don't know. I just seem to lose it. But we'll get there.
So mine, which is typical for most, said to cook for about 30 minutes.
30
and during
minutes.
that 30 minutes, and you want to cook them low and slow so that they don't just boil out all the water. But if it does happen, you need to just add a little bit more water. I just kind of keep a little bit of water beside me when I'm cooking so that if I need to add a little.
In case you need a little bit of a drink, I'm with you. I know what you're saying. But, you know, cooking is thirsty work. Stay hydrated, folks.
Something else that would be really good with this meal that I should have cooked, but I didn't, was fried apples.
Fried apples?
But I have another breakfast video, so you can find out about fried apples there.
Fried apples? Fried apples? What?
So the grits are looking really great.
Excellent.
So the country ham comes in big...
That looks so good. That looks so good. That is a big slab of ham. That looks amazing. We don't really see ham like that a lot, like a proper slab of ham. We have gammon a lot, which is kind of similar, but it's usually a lot smaller. Just
pieces like this. Well, I've also seen it though in smaller ones, but generally the kind that I buy comes in great old big pieces, and you could certainly just leave it in that piece, especially if you were going to serve a whole piece to someone. But I go ahead and cut mine up into more manageable pieces, because we're not, even Matt probably wouldn't, he's not going to eat that much ham even himself.
Because we're not animals. So not animals.
And me and the girls sure don't have that much appetite. So I like to cut mine up, but again, that's just personal preference.
Fair. Oh my God. Hear that sizzle? Do you hear it? Oh, it's a beautiful sound. It's like the sound of angels. Excellent. We're now not going to hear anything that they say. Incredible.
So as you can see, when country ham begins to cook, it has a tendency to want to pop up on you or curl up on the edges. Kind of like...
Just like bacon. This is like, do you know what? This is the equivalent of bat bacon. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's what it's reminding me of in this. This just looks so good. This just looks so good.
Like fatback does sometimes. So I've found, of course, they make presses that you can use to kind of press down the meat so that it gets evenly browned. But I've found what works really well is just another cast iron pan. So that's what I do when I'm cooking something like country ham or fatback that wants to curl up on me, but I want it to be evenly browned. I just set another pan on top of it.
Genius! What an absolute genius! Why have I... Because that's my problem. I mean, if I ever fry bacon, yeah, it curls up. And I'm always there, getting the spatula, pressing it down. Why don't I just do this? This person has the biggest brain I've ever seen in my entire life. Incredible. Bang!
Now I'm going to check and see if it's how brown it's getting. Oh yeah, see that lovely...
Oh, Matt. Oh, that was a really bad... No, right, we're getting a blurry picture regardless. But that looks so good. That is... Oh, it's the perfect amount of crisp. I'm basing everything off bacon because that's the only thing I can, like, link to it. Because it's similar. Oh, it's from a pig. I assume it's from a similar part. But you got to get the crisp right when it comes to bat bacon. You've got to get it perfect. And that looks perfectly crisp. That is just the right amount of browning.
That's what we want, so I'm gonna turn it over.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Excellent work, 10 out of 10.
When I get my biscuits out, I like to put them on if they get finished first, I like to put them out on a tray just so that I love the crispiness of the bottom, so I don't want them to get soggy.
They look a bit different from the other biscuits that I've seen. They look a bit... So the other ones I've seen, well, I suppose it was like she was saying, like the thick ones. So they're really thin, a lot thinner than what I thought.
On the pan.
Interesting. Now here comes the eggs. Let's fry them eggs, baby. Oh, the shell got in there.
Don't you hate it when a shell comes loose with your eggs?
Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst. Oh, yeah. We got some cheeky fried eggs going. Bit of salt, bit of pepper. Oh, excellent. Excellent work. This is going swimmingly. Now, are we sunny side up? That's the question.
Oh, I'm thinking the ham is done.
Baby, damn. That is looking smoky. Oh, the ham looks so good. Just want to reach in and grab some out my screen. It's making me salivate.
take it out.
All right. Oh my gosh, look at that crispy fat on the end. Oh, oh. To be fair, this is, it's just clicked. This is quite a huge breakfast. So you got the ham, the eggs, the biscuits, and this red eye gravy that's going to be made, and grits. That is a hearty breakfast.
And the ham, again, personal preference. You may not like yours this done. We like for it to get crunchy and crispy around the edges. Just think it makes it taste better, but you may not. You may err on the side of not doing that.
Nah, people who don't have crispy ham, crispy bacon, I'm just basing off crispy bacon. I don't know. Why would you want it all stringy? Nah, I know about that life. Eat that bacon, folks, and eat it crispy.
Fine. So you can see all the little drippings in there, and that there's not very much fat in there. So this is how easy making red eye gravy is.
All right, let's see it.
I'm going to use Matt's coffee that he was drinking this morning and pour in. Now, I'm sure there's a recipe out there that tells you. I've seen one that was like, you just need a half a cup of coffee, but I just kind of eyeball it, and it works out for me.
Bang! Whew, that is smoky. I still, coffee and gravy. I still don't know how I feel about that, though.
So once you pour the coffee in, then you're just deglazing the pan. You're just kind of scraping up all those little bits that have cooked on. And then you're just going to let this simmer for a few minutes.
Okay.
And kind of reduce down slightly, but not long. It's pretty much finished by the time you do this step. You just want to make sure you get all those little good bits of ham up, so then that helps flavor the coffee.
Yeah, nice and
salty. Or the coffee helps flavor the bits. Which is it?
That is the question. What came first, the chicken or the egg? But what flavors the red eye gravy? The coffee or the ham? Or both?
So now I'm ready to pour up the gravy. I like to just put it, because it is such a
is that
thin
it?
sauce, I'll just put it in one of my...
Is that the entire gravy? Is that what they said? Literally just coffee and ham dripping? Is that it? What?
My measuring cup, my Pyrex measuring cup, because then that makes it easy to pour.
Well, actually, I say that, but then normal meat gravy is just meat drippings, water, and flour. But all the other gravy was... I think I'm just like... I just assume that every bit of gravy that you guys do just has about 50 steps. But I was wrong. Red eye gravy. This is interesting. This is really interesting.
Since I can't drink coffee, I don't eat the red eye gravy, and the girls don't care for it. So really, this is like a single serving for Matt. So he really loves it, though. He adores it.
That's nice.
I do like the taste of it. I just can't do the coffee. You can look at all.
Could you not do it with decaf? Is it, if it is the caffeine, if it's the caffeine sort of thing, would it work with decaf? That's the question.
But goodness. And you can see it doesn't make very much. Of course, you could have, what I did doesn't make very much. If you had a large crowd to feed, you'd be cooking more ham than I did, though. So then you would have more dripping. So you would have more, end up with more of the gravy. We'll make sure to get it all, though.
With coffee, I just don't know how to feel about this whole situation, guys.
So after cooking in it, though, you can see how wonderful the pan looks. It got all those drippings out, all those little crusted on places.
That's going to be so much easier to clean.
But a lot of people ask me, like, how does your cast iron look like that? I think the true secret to cast iron is to use it. If you use it every day, that's all I use. I mean, of course, if I'm making stews or soups or something, I'm not using cast iron. But as far as for everyday cooking, we use cast iron every day of the world.
Cast iron is where it's at, to be fair. They are really solid pans. Oh, I love cast iron stuff.
And the more you use it, the better it gets, especially when you're doing things like this. I just think it just helps with the seasoning, or helps to retain it if it's already seasoned. But my secret to cast iron is that I really use my cast iron a lot. I use it often.
Excellent.
And of course you have to take care of it and all those kind of things. But really just using it. And a lot of people have asked for us to do a video on our cast iron, and maybe we will someday, about how we do it. But in the meantime, Cowboy Kent Rollins, if you go to his channel, he's got all kinds of cast iron videos. And we do ours pretty much the same as he does when it comes to seasoning it or caring for it.
Okay.
That's pretty much what we do.
Let me know if you want me to check that out. Let's do it.
But I think the real secret to keeping that wonderful seasoning is just to use it, just to really use it often.
Oh, look at them eggs. Dang. Those eggs have been done well. Oh, those... Hang on. Those biscuits don't look very flaky. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. Oh, no. So, people have said that biscuits need to be really flaky. Like, some people say, like a croissant. Like, extra flaky, like, you want to bite into it and it's just falling apart. That doesn't look flaky, is that? Let me know what you guys think about them, and how you feel about them kind of biscuits. It'd be interesting to see. Oh, this is the great... Oh my gosh. I mean, as far as looks go... As far as looks go... I'm not feeling it. As far as how it sounds, obviously the ham dripping 10 out of 10. Just pour that on. With coffee though. With coffee, it's got to be one of them. I'd have to try it. Because it does not sound appetizing at the moment, folks. It does not. But I'm hoping one day the dream is to do a tour of the States and try out like a food tour. I want to see like I want to taste the best dishes of every state. And I'm going to have to put this on the list because this is something that I want to try, but I don't know, it just it's just not doing it for me. It's just not doing it for me at the moment, folks. This is wild. It's what. Oh, there's the grit. Oh my god. A lot of people pour
their red-eye gravy on their grits too. Matt
likes
these on his biscuits,
no.
So.
That does. Oh no. That is like applesauce. That looks like applesauce. Oh no, folks. This is not looking good. It might be the tastiest dish in the world, but I don't know. I don't know about this. Is that a little bit of honey? Sweeten it up. Oh yeah, This is wild. Wait, we need the ham. The best part. Now that looks good.
That's the star of the meal.
Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh, that ham looks amazing, to be fair. Probably a little bit overcooked for my liking, but it still does look tasty. Right, I think, is that the completed dish?
Stuff is lovely.
Okay, right, that's the completed dish, folks. Here we go, it's time for the judgment. What you've all been waiting for. We still got another 6 minutes. I don't know what's left. Alright, folks. Ham, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Because, as I said, it looks overcooked, but it still looks tasty. Eggs, I think they've nailed. 10 out of 10, they've nailed them eggs. You know, I like eggs when they've been fried enough so they got a little bit of a crisp around the edge. You know, it looks pretty good. Pretty good. Biscuits, I don't know, because people say they're meant to be flaky, and that's not really looking flaky inside. And with that sauce on top, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. I just don't know. That sauce, I just don't know. It's the coffee. It just doesn't. I just can't compute. I think it's one. I just can't compute it. I just don't understand how it would work. I'm trying to taste it in my brain. I'm gonna have to cook it. I'm gonna have to cook it. What was it? Half a cup of coffee, and I'll use bacon dripping, because I imagine that'll be a similar sort of thing. And I'm gonna have to try it when I make. Oh, I'm gonna have to make so many kinds of biscuits because I want to try that sausage gravy as well. Folks, if you want to watch me make biscuits with a bunch of different kind of gravy, let me know down in the comments.
So while I
Oh, wait, I forgot to do the grits. The grits, I'm not gonna lie, the grits look gross. I'm sorry. You know what they say, you eat with your eyes first. It just doesn't look appetizing. Even with the honey on top, and I love honey. I don't know. I just don't know. It might be incredibly tasty, but it just doesn't look appetizing. On a whole, 2 good, 1 not great, and 1 I'm just not too sure about. What are we saying? 5, 6 out of 10, I reckon. Look, it might be one of those. I'll have to eat it with my eyes closed. But I'm really struggling to compute what is going on. Wait, I'm trying to think. Obviously, the ham and the eggs, flavor-wise, definitely go together. I can see that. The honey, how the honey integrates with it all, like, because that's sweet with the savory. Well, I guess because you have honey glazed ham, so I guess that would kind of work. But this one just baffled my brain, folks. I'm really struggling with this one. I'm really struggling to just compute. Right, let's move on.
Lovely.
Bloody lovely.
So while I leave all the red-eye gravy to Matt, this is his meal, a breakfast that I really like, though.
Okay.
I love the saltiness and the crunchiness of the ham.
Yep.
I've always been a grit fan. When I was a little girl and I would stay with my Mama Marie, she would make me, as you know how grandmas do, they indulge children.
They sure do.
She would make me grits because I liked grits the most, and then she would make Steve she would make Steve oatmeal because he liked oatmeal the most.
Oatmeal's porridge. That's what that is. But grits are different. Grits are polenta. Okay.
So she should have made one or the other of us eat what the other was eating, but she didn't. She made both.
Because she has a good grandma. Your grandma, 10 out of 10.
So I am a big honey fan, though, and I love to get some honey. I'm going to put some in my grits. A lot of people, when I was growing up, a lot of times we used, especially kids, we wanted to use just honey. Sugar on our grits. Sugar and butter.
So a grit's sweet? I'm trying to think. Are grits meant to be sweet? Or are they more of a savoury kind of thing? Or is it both? I'm very confused with what's going on here. This is just breaking my noggin.
A little bit of honey on.
Bit on the side, bit in the grits. I'm with you. I know how it is. Get all that honey.
Honey and butter and biscuits, though, if you're going to have biscuits.
Ah, excellent. This is where it's at. Oh, a bit of butter on there.
A bit of butter from
You guys definitely love your butter.
But I especially like to mash up my butter in my honey and then put it on a hot biscuit. Oh my goodness, so good. So when
What is going on? This just goes from one thing to another. My brain is struggling with this, folks. My gosh. Mix your butter with your honey. Is that a thing that people do? You folks really love your butter, though. Like, we do have a lot of butter, but I feel like it's nothing compared to you guys. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I just don't have butter that much. Well, I don't really like butter, ironically. But margarine, but I don't know. I don't know. I still don't use it a lot. I'll have it on toast, crumpets, a toasty, if I'm like cooking. Sometimes I'll like cook stuff in butter. Like, I like doing veg in garlic and butter. Garlic bread. That's garlic butter. I'm really struggling here, folks. I'm really reaching. But I just want, obviously, bacon and things like that. But just like having it on a dish, I can't really think. I do like bread and stuff. I'm really struggling to think what else we'd have it on. But yeah, you guys absolutely love it. But butter and honey, that's just wild.
I was growing up, this is how, and still do, this is how we would do if we were using honey for breakfast, jelly and butter. That was like Paul was practically raised on jelly.
Jelly and butter. I don't know what to do. Jelly and butter. Wait, hang on. Jelly is jam, right? Right, okay, yeah, sorry. So jelly is jam. So jam and butter. Okay, I can kind of see jam and butter, but like on a sandwich. So like just a butter. Oh yeah, put butter down first and then a bit of jam. I've had that. It just baffled me because we have jello is what we call jelly. That just took me out.
And butter and toast and biscuits. He loved that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, right. No, that's fine.
It, but all of them, I would do the same. I would mix it with my butter, and then I like to take a biscuit, open it up, and just put some of that on top of it. I end up eating. It gets really messy, but I end up using my fork to eat it with anyway. And then I just push the biscuit in the middle of it. There you go. And then I gotta have a biscuit for my egg, so I usually take the baby biscuit that turns out kind of funny.
This is crazy.
So Katie's getting her plate. We're all about to eat. Matt's already scarfing his down in there. He's already eaten. He says it's delicious. And I hope you enjoyed cooking breakfast with me, but really seeing how easy it is to make red-eye gravy. You may be like me. It's kind of like something you've heard your whole life. I didn't grow up.
I'm really sorry. I'm getting very distracted by the by the girl just with the honey. Like, yeah, let's go. Absolutely smashing it.
Up eating it and didn't even know how to.
I did enjoy cooking breakfast with you today, though. It's absolutely broken me. It's absolutely broken me, and I just don't know how to feel about it all.
Make it or anything until probably in the last 2 years I learned, well, that's easy. I could do that. That's way easier than making sausage gravy or biscuit gravy. So it does have some other names, though. Let's see, I jotted them down somewhere so I could remember what they were.
Yeah, let's go.
Some people call it just ham gravy, so that's obvious, you know.
Okay.
Poor man's gravy, I can kind of see that, because if you didn't have the flour or the milk or the cream to put in regular milk gravy, you could call it poor man's gravy, because maybe you had coffee at least.
Yeah.
Sop. Some people just called it sop.
Sop? That sounds very appetizing. Yeah, there's got a bit of sop on there.
So those were some different ones. And the reason for the red eye, when maybe when I was cooking it, you noticed, and especially if you pour it into a bowl, a white bowl especially, it'll show up. The redness of that ham kind of shows up.
Yeah.
All the solid particles of fat and those things you scraped off the bottom, they kind of solidify in the middle, leaving the ring of the grease, and it kind of looks like an eye. So they say that's where the name red eye gravy.
I'm sorry, I just got really distracted by the person in the corner there. Like, they like glance at the camera like,
ring of
like, you know.
Grease, and it kind of looks like an eye. So they say that's where.
Like, you know. I'm so sorry. You know how it is. I know how it is.
Where the name red eye gravy come from.
Excellent.
But I hope you'll leave a comment and let me know. Are you a fan of red eye gravy? Is it something you like? Maybe something you grew up with?
It is
maybe
nothing.
Your grandmother made it.
It is nothing like I've ever experienced before in my entire life. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea. I have no idea what is going on.
And as always, I hope you'll just keep dropping back by and helping me celebrate Appalachia, which always includes a lot of our foodways.
Excellent. They're just going to eat it and stuff. I will watch till the end of the video. Folks, if you do click on the video, make sure you do give them that watch time. But I'll do that. I like the video, all that jazz. Show my support. Right, folks. I really don't know how to feel about all that. That was wild. That was a journey from start to finish. What a roller coaster of emotions. 2 ingredients to make the gravy. One of them being coffee. Wild. I'm going to have to try. I'm going to have to see if back bacon would work. I'll have a quick Google. In fact, no, let me know down in the comments. Let me know if you think it would work with back bacon, and I'll give it a go when I try it biscuits, if you still want to see that. Honey with butter. I've never experienced or witnessed that before. Maybe that is just me, but that was crazy. That was crazy. The ham was cooked great. Grits. They just, I don't know, they just don't look great. They just don't look great. But it's one of them. It's one of them. But I really enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed that person. I think lovely little setup. It's very heartwarming, homely sort of vibes, and I vibe with that. I love that. Then Kintaj definitely enjoys what she's cooking, and it's all very family orientated. I'm all about that life. It's 10 out of 10, very cute. But folks, that is all from me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave me a cheeky like. If you want to see more from this person or anything else in general, or just tell me about your experiences with this, educate me, you know, share. I love, as I said at the start, I love when you guys share your stories and recipes and stuff like that. Absolutely love that kind of stuff. So feel free to share, comment down below. And if you want to see more of my stuff in general, I'd also really appreciate it if you would just ever so gently tap that subscribe button for me. But folks, as I said, that is all from me. I hope you have an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And I will catch you next time. Bye for now. Bye!